Hello, I am Francis Deng, and I would love to share with you my story. Uh, it's a story of my life journey. It's a story that is now in a book form. This book. Um, the title of the book is "A Child Escapes: A Boy Soldier's Journey from Civil War to Civic Pride." It's a story that was inspired by this black and white photo. Uh, it's the only photo of my childhood when I was around 12, 13 years old in a rebel control camp. I am celebrating the journey, not actually the book, but I'm celebrating the journey that has produced uh, this book. It's to my celebration of our shared humanity. That's what served my life to be able to write this story and share it with my fellow human beings. So the theme, the title of this story is Tribalism is Dangerous. Tribalism is dangerous. So let's begin. A brutal civil war broke out in Southern Sudan. 2 years later, the main southern rebels arrived in villages, and so was the Sudanese army they were fighting against. Life in villages was never the same. Intimidation and harassment spread as the rebels conscripted men to join the ranks and file. Fear flowed in villages like a gentle river. Another 2 years later, the rebels forcefully removed us, thousands of boys around the ages of 9, 10, 11, 12, from our families and forced us to trek across the unforgiving, blistering wilderness of Southern Sudan to Pinyudu, Ethiopia. For more than a month on foot, we survived by eating gazelle meat, thanks to the rebels that were accompanying us. Lions and hyenas preyed upon boys who lagged behind in the dark. The rebels claimed they were taking us to school because of the ongoing war in Sudan. But we instinctively knew we were rebels in the making. It was a matter of time before we would wear their uniforms and carry AK-47s. We arrived in Pinyudu, but the promised land turned out a place of horrors. Disease and hunger felt and rage, and boys died like flies. Mental illness we had never heard of overwhelmed the camp. Thousands of boys hallucinated. There were no shelters, and we spent days and nights under trees. Good houses and schooling the rebels had preached to us turned out a deception. I survived because humanity in form of the United Nations and humanitarian agencies came to our rescue. Indeed, we were robbed of our childhoods and playfulness. For years in this rebel control camp, we were belittled, we were trashed, we were dehumanized and treated like expendables. Thousands among us were trained and indoctrinated as war machines to join the war and fight for our freedoms. After 15 years seeking refuge, I was fortunate to be granted a humanitarian visa into this beautiful country, Australia. I was only armed with high school education I was fortunate to complete in a refugee camp. I was over the moon. I felt my future was bright, regardless of any odds or adversities. Because my life has taught me that maintaining a positive attitude and a persuadable mindset bear desirable fruits. This is too my conviction in our shared humanity. This is the spirit of Ubuntu, as it is practiced in the southern part of Africa, and which means I am because you are, and you are because I am. Now, my life journey as a book, I tell and share my experiences in that refugee camp, my 15 years experiences in seeking refuge, including my experiences here. I am paying tribute to that life, that journey. I am celebrating that life and the power of our shared humanity, the compassion and kindness of countries like Australia and its people. Even though I was a passive participant in that rebel control camp, I have no doubt that the BS has continued to shape me as a human being. Knowledge seeking is enlightening. Through learning in this country of opportunity, I have indeed discovered that I am not my tribal identity or ethnicity. I am not a Dinka, my tribe, and I am not a Sudanese, my nationality. I am not an African, my race. And of course, I am neither a European nor an Asian. So then, who am I? Perhaps what is invincible, what we do not see about ourselves, is more important than what we see. 100 years, 50 years ago, the world was a different place, as we have read in history. But our world has got better, a lot better. And to borrow Dr. King's inspiring words, perhaps time will truly come when we will judge one another by the content of our character. We are children of the universe, and our time here is limited. We are here for a noble purpose, a divine purpose, which I believe is shaped by our internal environment and not our external environment. Not by things that happen to us, but how we respond to things that happen to us. And so I would love to leave you with 3 key messages. First, tribalism is dangerous. This is what caused civil war in Sudan and continues to drive pain and suffering around the world today. Second, our shared humanity is powerful. The kindness of countries like Australia and those people I have met saved my life and gave me hope. Third, the power of learning. Suffering can teach us so much, but only if we allowed it to do so. Education can lift us all. So please, let's be kind to one another and never stop learning. If you like this story, you would love to share this story, please click the link below or write to us. And let's be kind to one another for our common humanity. Thank you.